What's good, my people? My name is Alan, aka Obsidian Fury, and I am the chief researcher for MelaninGamers. MelaninGamers is a gaming community which is dedicated to increasing diversity and inclusion in the games industry with a special focus on content creators. My role at MG is to do the research behind the panels we give at events like MCM Comic Con, Insomnia Gaming Festival, and EGX. I also host the podcast as well, and today I'm reviewing Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. If you like the content that I provide, give a thumbs up. Comment, let me know your thoughts and opinions. We at MG, we like public discussion about our mutual love for video games. And if you really like the content, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. I want to thank Square Enix for the opportunity to review this game on behalf of MG. And I also have some gameplay playing in the background as well. Today we are talking about Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy is an action adventure developed by Eidos Montreal, published by Square Enix. The game came out 26th of October this year on the usual suspects being PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Series X, and also the Switch, and also the PC. This would be the second game to come out between the partnership of Square Enix and Marvel since 2017, the first of which was Avengers, and we all know how that went. Okay, quick sidebar. That game was actually, to me, was really good, except that it had really bad bugs in it. So if the game was actually like finished, I think it would have been a strong contender. With that being said, let's get on with the actual review for Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright people, so far I've played, I would say, just over 2 and a bit hours of gameplay. I've actually just got off the console and my eyes are fried, but I'm doing this for you guys. My initial reaction to hearing about how you could only play as Star-Lord was like, what? Like, do you guys not know? Like, let me explain. Guardians of the Galaxy always emphasized multiple characters coming together to achieve a bigger goal, similar to X-Men, and similar but not the same with Avengers. The difference between Avengers is that all the members in the core team, I'm talking about the MCU core team, were like main characters in their own stories, rather than Guardians of the Galaxy, who were like, they were unknown until they formed the Guardians of the Galaxy. And most video games, that like the take that would proceed forward with that is that you would have multiple characters which you could play, and you'll get multiple perspectives when it came to moving the story along. So examples like that would be like something like GTA 5, where you had multiple characters carrying the story, and like Mortal Kombat 11. So not one character is the main character, but you have a multitude of characters who, and the story is progressing, and we the audience go with them. So in that regard, I was a little hesitant, because I was like, if we're only gonna get Star Wars perspective, it's gonna feel like Star-Lord and co. And also, you know, Marvel's Avengers. That happened. Okay. So far, the story is quite engaging. I like the team banter and the conversations between them. I think they captured the Guardians team dynamic really well. It's the best part of the MCU while taking inspiration from the actual comic book sources as well. Instead of swear words, they say scut and fuck. So I'm going to be very careful to make sure this stays PG friendly. And obviously Drax is hilarious. Like some of the things he says, just like I'm actually cracking up from some of the things that he says mid combat and also in the cutscenes. It's established very early on how they banter with each other, and I really enjoyed that. In the game, there's also dialogue checks, which you in Star-Lord's position have to do, so you can navigate the conversation in a cutscene depending on how much they like you. I don't know how far this influences the story. My current assumption is that it doesn't influence it too much, since nothing is like too set in stone. So I don't expect multiple endings. I think it will have one ending, and it will like get like maybe like different slight variations, like who will be with you at the ending encounter. But I think the ending encounter will always be the same, depends on who's with you. Okay. The gameplay and the combat is quite good. It's nice and simple. Star-Lord is armed with his twin blasters that we see in the movie, and his moveset is very shooter heavy. He can also get in close with some melee combat, and he also has some finishing moves. which are like snapshots from the MCU. So like he's got the kick that he did to Iron Man, and he's also got like when he like throws his grenades and stuff. Like there's a lot in that they've taken from the MCU, similar to the Marvel's Avengers game, where they've like taken a snapshot of the melee combat. You can choose any of the team that is with you to perform one of their special moves. I myself have unlocked up to the second tier of moves, and basically it can mix up the combat really nicely. Also, you can perform when you've gathered your like super duper energy. You can perform what's called a huddle, where Star-Lord basically calls all the Guardians in, and then he gives them, you give them a motivating speech, and you have like speech prompts that they will say to you, and that will tell you what kind of speech you have to give back to them. And depending on if you get the correct speech or not, there's two options. Depending on if you get the correct speech or not, you all can either gain damage boost, or only Star-Lord can gain a damage boost. And also the cooldowns on their abilities is like greatly reduced. My only gripe right now is that sometimes, not all the time, the combat encounters can feel very segmented. Like at times it feels like explore, fight, explore again, then fight again. Rinse, repeat until mission is over. Thankfully, I'm very invested in the story since I'm a serious sucker for anything superhero. Music is also very big, like in the movies where the soundtrack is actually like pretty dope. It's filled with 70s and 80s music as well. And when you do the huddle maneuver, like when you finish and then everybody gets that damage boost, like one of the like an iconic 70s or 80s song will start blasting, and then that's like then you just go to work and it's just so much fun. Okay, so overall, I'm actually really enjoying myself with this game so far. I don't know whether it's full purchase buy. That seems to be a little ambitious for me. Thankfully, I haven't run into any bugs or anything like that, so it's actually quite a decent game. The story is engaging so far for me. The combat is doing just enough so it doesn't feel repetitive. With the range of enemy types and the mix-ups I can do with the other Guardians, keeps it fresh and free-flowing. Honestly though, I just have the same feeling that I had with Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, where this game should have been released during the superhero hype, like in the Infinity Saga, or better yet, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out. The hype was real then. It's just such a missed opportunity that this game couldn't have come out during that period. But yeah, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. If you like this review, give this video a thumbs up. If there was anything you agreed with or disagreed with, let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to the channel to keep up to date. Until you hear from me in the next video, I'm gonna see you later, MG Squad. Peace out.